what are your first reactions to the Kansas State community? I know you've been on the road a little bit, but what are your first days been like as the Kansas State coach?
Love. No other way to say it. Love. Open arms, love. I feel the love for Coach Tang. I feel the love for our program. I feel the love for all the possibilities that can happen here at K-State.
Then secondly, you've been on social media quite a bit. I think that's kind of your style, and hanging around a lot of famous people. You got any other ones up your sleeve? I've seen you take pictures with Drew Brees and Maria Taylor, and spreading the I guess Kansas State brand's probably the purpose of that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm all about endorsing the brand and the university that I work for. I have an opportunity to represent such a prestigious university, both academically and athletically. And I'm never going to take it for granted. I'm a kid in a candy store. I'm not embarrassed by how proud I am to be at K-State. I'm not embarrassed by who I take pictures with. It's who I am and what I'm about, even when I'm not on social media.
And I asked this to Coach Tang and Coach Malgi already, but what is your kind of, when you're in a living room with the recruits or when they're on a visit, what's your pitch to them and how do you sell them on Kansas State and the school?
First and foremost, I let them know, that we're a faith-based staff that, believe in the higher power of God. Also, I let them know about the fans, because if the fans is showing me love, who can't even make a layup right now at my age, I can only imagine what they do when somebody's dunking the ball or shooting a three from half court. So I tell the kids and I tell their parents, I was like, look, man, I'm a 40-year-old, I'm out of shape, and these people are loving me. And I just can't imagine the love they'll show for you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Next question to Kellis.
Hey, Coach. Kellis Robinette here from the Wichita Eagle and the Kansas City Star. Welcome to Manhattan, and congrats on the job. When you look at replacing all but 3 scholarship players next season, is that a good challenge to have or a bad challenge to have?
I think it's a good challenge. With my background coming from junior college and having to replace players every year or every other year, it's very it's something that I'm accustomed to. I've done it in my career for a long time, and I've had the opportunity to help rebuild 3 programs in my career. One at Slippery Rock, Arkansas State with Coach Grant McCaslin and Ross Hodge, and then North Texas. So the challenge is normal for me, and I'm excited about it, man, because I got K-State on my chest now, and it makes it very intriguing, the kids and their parents and their family and the fan base. I just can't stop talking about the fan base, what it means to present that to players, because once they know people care, and my job is to let them know how much K-State fans care. And I think that helps us build the roster the right way. We're not worried about building it quickly. We're not worried about, making a microwave situation. We want to put it in the oven and put it at 350 and, have it baked correctly and, take it out, look at it and put it back in and make sure it's ready to eat when it's time to eat.
Well, I guess with that in mind, how do you see yourself balancing out bringing in transfers versus high school recruits? How do you get that balance right now?
With Coach Tang's leadership and his experience over 19 years at Baylor, building rosters and keeping guys happy and redshirting guys. And I think some of those blueprints will be the same here. We don't expect to have 13 guys that's playing. That's not realistic, at any level. So we're looking for some guys that we can bring in and develop over a course of time and build a depth for our program. We're not trying to be a 1-year flash in the pan. So we're looking to build longevity here.
And I also wanted to ask, how long have you known Jerome Tang, and what's most excites you about working for him?
Man, what excites me about working for Coach Tang? It's emotional in a sense because he's been such a mentor and a big brother figure to me since 2007. So, helped me with the mat there. But since 2007, he's been a big figure for me. And I'm actually in a different role for the first time in my life with him, because this is how unselfish he is as a human being. For the last 13 to 14 years, he's been my assistant coach on the junior national team with the U.S. Virgin Islands. So that should tell you the type of human being I'm working for and the type of leader I'm working for, where he's confident within himself and the people that he's with, that he's not worried about sitting in a certain chair. So I'm excited about it. I love him. I love his family. And my family love him too. And he married me and my wife in our living room, October 31st, 2018. And, he did it, and I was excited. I wanted to get married on Halloween because it's the scariest day in the American calendar. And getting married was the scariest thing for me too. So I just wanted to make it a perfect marriage.
That's great. I've never actually heard of anyone else getting married on Halloween. So
Yep.
I like it. Well, hey, welcome to town, Coach.
Thank you, man.
Next question to Michael.
Good morning, Coach Dowling. Michael Goins with GoPowerCat.com. In the short time you've been on the recruiting trail, how has the K-State brand been accepted from the recruits you've talked to?
It's been accepted very well. But right now it's such a weird time with just the whole transfer portal thing. So you can kind of get lost in the shuffle, because you might call a kid at 9 a.m. and by 12 he's had 25 calls from 25 different schools. So part of my method, wherever I've been, is keeping us relevant, because kids always they're on social media more than they watch TV. They're on social media more than they listen to music. So if they see me having fun here at K-State and they're seeing the fans and the views at 10,000 for one video that's 10 seconds, like, they know that there's a serious fan base here. Everything for the kid is viral. And I felt like every video I've put out here at K-State has been viral. If 10,000 is a number, we're doing that in 2 or 3 hours, which is impressive.
And you mentioned working with Coach McCausland. How does that kind of translate the turnaround you made at North Texas and coming to Kansas State?
I know what it looks like. Coach Grant McCaslin and Ross Hodge and Matt Brower. I've worked with some really, really good coaches throughout my career there. And I know what it looks like. I know what it takes. I know what to demand in recruiting, what to look for. And we know it's a process, we know it's not a quick fix. And just the whole trial and error working with Grant McCaslin, who came from the Baylor tree, it made it an easy transition for me to come work for Coach Tang, because everything we did at North Texas was something to do with Baylor, and myself and Coach Tang, we talk every day on the way home after work in my whole career. He leaves the office, he calls, and we talk. If I miss his call him back later on that night. So it's something that's going to take time, but we're working to get it right. We're working to get it right, and we're not in a rush, and we're not worried about who gets commitment from who and all that. We want to get the right character people in first, and the basketball and all that stuff will take care of itself.
Thanks, Jareem.
Next question to Tim Fitzgerald.
Hey, Coach, Tim Fitzgerald, 24/7 Sports, GoPowerCat.com. As you guys are recruiting, is there a common thread you're looking at in these players? Anything that jumps out to you that you need in your program?
Intangibles, competitiveness. We're even dissecting it down to their body language on film, when they do something good or bad, because Coach Tang, I think he said it last night, everybody want to be around winners. It's easy to be around people when you're winning. But when you take a few L's here, you want to make sure that character is still right. So those are the kind of guys that we're looking for, that still have that positive energy when something might not go right that night for us. And you still want to be around them on a daily basis. So that's what we're doing. Everybody, all hands in, everybody opinion matters here, all the way down to our superstar Bailey in administration and operations. Everybody opinion matters here. We care what everybody thinks.
And you guys are still a little bit maybe understaffed and trying to do 10,000 things at once. Is this kind of daunting for you to have all this on your plate?
No, actually, it feels like we have a lot of people here already and everybody's not here. So, I know I'm speaking for myself. I don't come from a big staff, we come from a place where you wear multiple hats, and it's just been the way my whole career has been. So when they come, they'll fit right in, because Coach Tang knows what he's doing. He's been dreaming about this moment for 19 years. And, until then, we're going to push the bus and move this thing forward until they hop on.
And you kind of touched this a little bit earlier, but the transfer portal's changed this game so much. Coming into a new staff and so many guys leaving, needing to fill spots, is it a blessing or a curse to have the transfer portal?
It depends. It depends on how you look at it, because you could lose a really good one in the portal and you can get a really good one in the portal. So it just depends on what side of the bed you wake up at that morning, But besides that, the game is changing, life is changing, and you got to adapt or get left behind, And we're going to adapt, but we're going to make sure we do it Coach Tang's way, Kansas State way. We're not going to force anything, We're going to do it the right way.
Thank you, Coach. Welcome to K-State.
Thank you.
Next question to Wyatt.
Jareem, welcome to K-State. I'm the voice of the Wildcats. Been here at K-State for 20 years. And I guess I have a couple of questions for you. One, just your thoughts on coming to the Big 12 and what the conference has done lately here, and the kind of advantage that can potentially be. And then you mentioned kind of the K-State thing. In your mind, what is that? What makes K-State special from your perspective?
What makes it special is the love, the reaction, and trust me, I know there'll be negative thoughts here and there throughout the course of our tenure here, and that's just life. But all I can see is the positive. I can't see negative. All I see is positive. I see positive people at the gas station. I see positive people at the restaurant. I made a joke last night, and I want people to know this. I'm very outgoing. I have a good sense of humor. At least I think. My wife doesn't think so, but I feel as though I have a great sense of humor. And I was just playing with these guys that we met last night at I think it's Hooligans.
Hooligans.
Yeah, Hooligans. And they were excited because I guess they saw me on social media. So I just put them up, and then I teased them and I said, these guys interrupted our meal even though we were done eating. We were finished. And I said they didn't even pay the bill. I put LOL. Next thing you know, the bill comes and they paid it. And that was not like, it was just a joke. So I gotta get people to understand my humor. It's I don't want people to pay the bill. I just want them to enjoy the laugh, because there's so many negative content out there. And if I could make somebody laugh for 5 seconds, I've done my job.
That guy, by the way, is Tim Engel's friend. That was a pretty good piece. I saw that on Twitter last night. And as from the Big 12, what advantage is that to sell that to young people? What has been done lately at places like Kansas and Baylor and Texas Tech and others?
I'm trying to think, but if I'm like off the top of my head, it's probably 4 or 5 Hall of Fame coaches right now in the Big 12 that are currently coaching. And it's probably 6 future Hall of Famers in the Big 12. Okay. And the brand of the Big 12 is legit. It's it's as flashy as rappers. It's cool as a country singer. And it's a brand that no matter where you go, it speaks volume, whether you're overseas or, you know, in a small town. Like the Big 12 speaks names for its value for itself, and the players like it. And when we call players, you know, we don't only tell them about K-State. We talk about coming to the best conference in college basketball.
Well, thanks. And again, welcome to K-State. Looking forward to working with you.
All right, thank you.
Tim, did you have something else, or you just forget to lower your hands?
No, I suck at lowering my hand.
That's okay. Next question to Zach.
Hey, Coach, Zach Deloach with the Manhattan Mercury. What's kind of your personality as a coach, like on the practice floor, on the game floor?
Energy. Whatever it takes to be successful. I can be quiet. I can be the biggest clapper. I could mop the floor if need be. I'm never going to ask anybody to do something that I can't do myself. And that's how Coach Tang is. That's how he's always been. And that's my motto. Whatever coach needs me to do, whatever the team needs me to do. Grant McCaslin taught me over the last 6 years, it's about winning. You know, it's about winning. So I don't care who gets the credit. As long as we get that W, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Making copies, go and get coffee. It doesn't matter, you know. But if I'm going to get somebody's coffee, I think I'm going to need some gas money because gas prices is high.
And what do you see as the biggest challenge here at K-State? And then what is the biggest asset K-State has to overcome that?
Whew, biggest challenge, man. Honestly, I don't see any biggest challenge, man. I see love. I see support from my administration. I see people doing whatever it takes to help us be successful the right way, from compliance to our AD. I just feel that everybody's a touch, a text away from helping do whatever it needs to be done for us to be successful. And again, the fans allow this to be something magical in the making.
Thank you.
Go back to Derek.
Thanks, Coach. Derek Young, K-State Online. Going back to recruiting, is there one or two things, and I know you guys need a lot because of the voids, is there a certain thing that you're really looking forward to prioritize in the next few weeks?
Really good guard play to go along with Keys, you know, really good guard play, you know, to have multiple guys that can handle, dribble, pass, and shoot. And that's really, really important. And then, you know, having a mobile big, you know, that can guard ball screens, that can catch lobs, you know, and that can run the floor, you know, because, you know, having good guard play means that you're going to have options and you're going to be able to go out and get out and transition because you're going to have multiple guys capable of bringing the ball up the floor. And you need bigs that can move and, you know, get from one end to the next end in seconds.
And I know you've worn a lot of different hats throughout your career. Is there a phase that you're more comfortable with more than the other, whether it's offense or defense or of that nature?
More the defensive side. I've been able to learn a lot from Ross Hodge, the associate head coach at North Texas, and you know his attention to details with the defense had us being the #1 scoring defense in the country this year at North Texas. So just the particulars and the preciseness that he coached with every day is something that I'm excited about bringing here to K-State and, you know, helping our staff establish with our players.